Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching me from. My name is Dr. Obioramba Iboweze, reaching you from Nkolo Mahadum, Wisdom University. Today's date is Oye Market Day in the 8th month of the Igbo lunar calendar called Onwa Ilomo. And in the Roman Catholic Catholic calendar, today's date is September 4th or 4th September 2024. Thank you for joining me at Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our program, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and comment and share our programs, our lectures to your friends and well-wishers. Because this university was set up for you. This is an university where you come and learn something, where information, our topics are selected and delivered to you from African and Biafran perspectives. So that you don't see things from the way other cultures see things. You see things the way they concern you. That is very, very, very important. And the title of today's lecture is The Master of Division. Britain is now divided, and hence the fighting with immigrants Arabs. You know, the immigrants are the Muslim Arabs and the blacks people that do migrate within Britain, because things are no longer the same, because there are no more abundant resources in Britain. And that was why there is scarcity of both food and resources. And people are blaming others and blaming immigrants and other things. And we want to let you know the reasons why people migrate. People migrate to escape past or future persecution based on race, religion, nationality, etc. People also migrate because of conflict or violence to find refuge after being displaced by environmental factors like earthquake and others. People migrate because of poverty to find job and business opportunities, education, etc. According to the survey carried out by Gallup World Poll, more than 750 million people are willing to migrate if they have the chance. So what are the causes of migration? Some of the major causes of migration includes conflict, like wars. For example, in 2015, in Afghanistan and Syria, we saw a lot of migration from Afghanistan. You know, when the NATO forces were pulling out, when the Americans were pulling out from Afghanistan, you see a lot of Afghanese trying to leave in droves, especially those working with the foreigners, working with NATO and the Americans in Afghanistan. They were begging to leave. They were struggling to leave. So conflicts is a major driving point that makes a lot of people to leave their land to migrate to other places. Also, we witnessed that during this the current Russia and Ukraine war, when you see a lot of people leaving the land of Ukraine to find, greener pastures because of the war that is going on between Russia and Ukraine. Also, all the wars and conflicts going on like in Africa, Middle East, and South America also are part of those causes of migration. Bad of government policies also contributes to migration. When a government is not taking care of their population the way they should, their population will not be getting the things that they need, like food, like good education, like good health, like light, like good infrastructures, and they tend to relocate to other environments where you have those things in abundance. And before we continue, we have to beg you please to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our program, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and comment. And most importantly, share. Share our programs to your friends and well-wishers. This is an university where you learn. And if you miss any of our lecture, go immediately and listen to that lecture and make sure you understand it, and go to our previous lectures so that you will be following all the information we are passing to you. Now, who benefits from migration? Majority of the countries that benefit from migration are in North America. When we say North America, we mean United States and Canada, and then many of the countries in Europe. They all benefit because they need the workers. Their population is not enough to service all their employment needs. And so they needed people to come to their country to help to satisfy their employment requirements. And so most of these countries do accept these immigrants because they are the ones that are invariably, which means, on the other hand, these immigrants, when they come into those countries, they also help to build those countries by borning a lot of children there, and their children also being part of the workforce. So they like it. Now, let's get down to the causes of the riots in Britain. This riot actually started when 3 young girls at a dance class in the seaside town of Southport were stabbed to death. That was the thing that really caused the riot to skyrocket. And so the violence was fueled by misinformation, online misinformation by far right and anti-immigrant sentiments. They were spreading anti-immigrant, which means they don't want immigrants. That was why the population came against the immigrants. Like I said before, the immigrants are mainly Arab Muslims and Africans. And so there's a lot of killings, a lot of stabbings going on in Britain. In Britain, the greatest divider, the father of geopolitics, which means geopolitics means divide and rule, divide and conquer. When they come into your country, they study your differences, and then they use your differences to divide you and exploit you and rule you. That's what they've been doing all over the world. Now, Why are they against the anti-immigrants? The reason why they are against the anti-immigrants is that there is scarcity of everything in Britain right now. Since the war between Ukraine and Russia, when they cut off the Russian oil and gas, everything became expensive, very exorbitant in Britain and in most of the European countries. And Britain, as you know, is a poor country. If not that they are exploiting and stealing and colonizing and getting things from other environments, other people's land. They don't have nothing. And so, because of scarcity of food and other resources, that is why the far right, some people of Britain now believe that it is the immigrants who are taking their jobs, who are not allowing them to, get jobs and get money and, so on and so forth. So that's what Nkolo Mahadum wants you to know. Nkolo Mahadum wants you to know that the Britain, which is the champion of colonialism, the master of divide and rule, cannot hold her country, those in her country, together. And with this division in Britain may never end, because it's a division that depends on resources. There's no more available resources, and people are fighting to get it. And that's what you have to take away from today's lecture. And like we said, at Nkolo Mahadum, we have to be keeping things short. And the summary from today's lecture is that Britain, which is the master of geopolitics means divide and rule. It is with this divide and rule that they were able to conquer majority of the lands in the world, are now divided. The people in Britain are now divided. The indigenous white people against the immigrants. And we have told you the reasons why people migrate: to escape conflict, to escape past and future persecution, environmental displacement, to escape poverty, for jobs, business opportunities, education, and others. And war is one of the major causes of major migrations, like we saw in Afghanistan, Syria, and Ukraine. And who benefits? North America and Canada, and the European countries, because they don't have the labor to do the work in their countries. And so they need these immigrants. And these immigrants are the ones that also build their economy by working for them, establishing businesses, borning children that will continue to work in the land for them. And the cause of the riot in Ukraine, in Britain, was because of the stabbing of 3 young girls from a dance class in the city of Southport, fueled by misinformation online by the far right and anti-immigrant sentiments. So the question is, why are you having anti-immigrant sentiments? The British people are having anti-immigrant sentiments because of lack of resources. The resources is no more enough. Everybody is struggling to find food to eat. So there's hunger in Britain as we speak right now. And this division will never end, because Britain The world is changing. And the British unipolar order, many countries are now resisting it. So many people are coming out from the British colonial exploitation that is making them to bring resources from other countries to Britain. And that's why we have very, very, very scarce resources in the land of Britain right now. And this division, this division caused by scarcity of resources in Britain will never go away soon. Expect it to continue because Britain doesn't have the resources like they had before to make sure that everybody is happy in their country. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. But before we end it, we have to let you know that Nkola Mahadum was set up to present issues to you from Biafran and African perspective so that you can reason. You don't make decision just one-way decision. If you are pursuing a thief or a criminal, a kidnapper, and they run through a house or a farm and run away, will you now go and start arresting people that live in that house and that farm and accusing them that they are the one that is involved in the stealing or kidnapping or killing? Is that how to make judgments? If you make such judgments, that is jungle justice. If somebody, a criminal or a thief, pass through a house to run away or through a farm to run away, you have to make a proper investigation. Contact the owner of the house. Talk to the tenants. Talk to the community. Do proper investigation. Don't just say because somebody passed through a house, a criminal passed through a house, then that house have to be brought down. The people in that house have to be killed. That is jungle justice, and we don't want it in Africa. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. Thank you very much for joining me, and tomorrow we will have another robust lecture. Thank you very much, and have a great day.